Well, happy Easter from Israel. Yes, this is real. It's not a green screen or a CGI added backdrop. No, we're here on the Sea of Galilee right now, actually. And I've just been thinking about, Easter being here in Israel, but also what is going on in Israel right now. Obviously, we're talking a lot about that in the videos that we're making, and talking about different things that are happening here, and honestly, thinking about how you could be a part of it, and how we can bring it to you if you can't come here, et cetera, et cetera. And it's interesting. I was just watching a video from another couple who went to Israel, a few weeks ago, and a lot of what they were saying in their video really rang true to what I'm thinking about when we're here. Is like there's so much media and so many other things that have been blown out of proportion when it comes to what is actually going on here. Media that's been misconstrued, or fears that have been kind of built up. I totally understand where people are coming from when, they say, maybe we shouldn't be going to Israel right now, or like they're questioning, whenever I say me and Vanessa are here, or whatever else. But I think honestly, there's a lot of things now that we're in Israel that we're really seeing that are just like it's totally normal, um, there's nothing that has alarmed us overall. The only thing that we're really seeing as an effect of the war is two things. One is there are certain sites to the north because of Hezbollah that we can't go to. So Caesarea Philippi, Tel Dan, those are two sites that we're not. Basically, we can't have access to because we would be unsafe up in the north, right? Right now we're pretty far north. I mean, we're at the Sea of Galilee, so it's not like we're not north at all. But if we were to go that far north, it's a little bit closer to some of the danger and some of the things that are happening there. Then the second thing is that at our hotels that we're staying at right now, we're seeing a lot of refugees from the north and from the area near Gaza that are staying at these hotels in order for them to have a place to be housed, right, during these times. And so yeah, I think that's the main things that we're kind of seeing as we um, are experiencing this, right? But other than that, like everything is totally normal. Like, like there's nothing that we've seen that's out of place. In fact, the closest thing that we've seen like to extra security or different things, kind of that are hindering us was actually on the U.S. side. In the airport, there was extra security getting into our flight to Tel Aviv. And so that was really the only thing that we saw that was a little bit different, and that we saw that was obviously an impact from the war for sure. Now, maybe we'll see more, especially as we get into Jerusalem and some other areas as well. But for the most part, it's been really, really amazing to be here. And it's crazy because part of me is like, you should book a trip like now. You should come as soon as you possibly can. And obviously, we're doing another trip later this year as well, with a group that time. But yeah, I would go right now because I've had time to do things that I would never, ever, ever be able to do on a normal trip. For example, like we went to Chorazim today, which is one of my favorite locations since I went last year. And Brandon Robbins, on his suggestion, we went there with our group last year. And we went to Chorazim today. We're alone there for 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours, recording a video and trying to get everything ready and taking pictures and just spending time there. And Chorazim, if you don't know, is one of the 3 cities that Jesus cursed, right? But the ruins of the city are really, really, really impressive. First century synagogue, mikvahs, a bunch of different stuff, olive press, wine press. There's different wheat mills and different things like that there. It's just, there's so much to see there. And we were the only ones there for hours and hours, which is crazy to me. And it's not just that, but like every site that we've been basically the only ones there, and for sure the only Americans there. And I think that is in huge part, I think that is due to the media. I think that's due to misinformation. And there are Asian groups here. There's Russian groups here. There's European groups that are coming through, and we're seeing a bunch of those, but we're not seeing any Americans. I shouldn't say we're seeing a bunch of those. I should say we've seen some of those, because for the most part, we've been alone at the places that we've gone to. Um, but on Easter today, I'm just thinking through, like, everything that's happened here, all the amazing sites that are here. and how everything is being impacted right now. I mean, we're going to make videos about talking about the end times. That's a big thing that people are talking about right now with the red heifer and everything else. We're going to make videos talking about obviously all these locations and artifacts, and we've been working really hard. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm just tired today, you know. Like it's 6 o'clock. We're about to go eat dinner, but man, I'm just tired. We've been working really hard to make the best videos possible and to take the best pictures possible and to do the best that we possibly can for you guys to experience what we're experiencing here in Israel. And I think the more that I'm experiencing, the more that I'm making these videos, the more that I'm just like, man, you guys need to be here. You need to experience what we're experiencing. You need to see what we're seeing. You need to taste what we're tasting. You need to smell what we're smelling. You need to see the places that Jesus was. You need to see the places that the early Christians were. We went to a new place today that I've never been called Kursi, and Kursi, and it's an early Byzantine location. So the early church, right, a few hundred years after Christ was ascended. And so it's really interesting to see those places and to see the significance in them. And we've got so many more videos to make, and we've just started our trip. But man, I'm excited. And on Easter, you know, I'm just thinking about all these things, especially as you guys are going through everything today. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done if I never had gone to Israel. It changed my faith so much. It really made it feel like I went from reading the Bible in black and white to reading it in color. You know, there's so many things that I understand better because I have an understanding of the geography and the topography, and just the culture and the traditions here in Israel, all of which are stemmed from, you know, the same people that we read about all the time in the Old Testament and New Testament. It comes from them, right? Those people are the ancestors of the people that are talking around me right now, right? And it's just crazy to think about. It's really a cool experience. More than cool. It's a needed experience, I think, for anybody that can possibly do it. If you can at all afford it and have the ability health-wise to go, I think if I had the power to do so, I would make it mandatory for every single Christian to come here. I think it's that important for you to understand your own faith, for you to understand the Bible that you read on a daily basis. And that's why we're doing this video series. If you don't know, if you're just catching on to this random video out of nowhere, we're doing a series right now all throughout Israel. And so we're going to be working on it for the next several months and trying to get these videos out to you. It's going to be a little while before we get the first videos out to you. But yeah, this is definitely, I don't know, every time I come here, I'm like, am I going to get tired of coming here? Am I going to get tired of experiencing this? And I might, right? There's a part of me that's like, okay, I've seen this before. I don't need to experience it 1,000 times. You know, 4 or 5 times is great, but maybe the 15th time I'd get a little bit bored. But what I will never, ever get bored of is showing someone else these things, right? Getting them to have the same experiences that I've had. Getting them to get to the point where they are as excited about this as I am. And it's not that we're worshiping these places, but it's the person that we worship, right? Jesus. He's the reason why all of these things are so exciting, because he is strewn throughout all of it around here. And you can't go anywhere in the Galilee area or Jerusalem or the Dead Sea area without seeing those bits and pieces, right? Without seeing how his fingerprint is on everything. And so, I don't know, it's just really important to me, and I want it to be really important to you guys as well. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like making this video because on Easter, as we're remembering the Savior, as we're seeing everything that's going on, as we are, getting into this. I think these kids see my camera in there. um, um, anyway, all of that to say, I would love for you to go to Israel with us. If you don't go with us, then go with Imagine. Go with some of the people that we've trusted on this trip. We've felt completely safe. I'm even driving here, which if you've ever been to Israel, you know is crazy. But it hasn't been too bad. We haven't gotten into an accident or anything yet. So, but it has been a really, really interesting experience driving here for the first time as well. And so we've been handling everything ourselves. We've been getting food and talking to the people. Most people understand at least a little bit of English, so that helps for sure. But overall, it's been a really great experience, and we're looking forward to the rest of our trip. So if you want to follow along, definitely go to Patreon, snipesupport.com. That'll be linked in the top comment and in the description down below. And there's a lot of really amazing stuff that we're sharing over there, including extra pictures and videos, and we're going to do some live streams. I'm trying to figure out the timing on that because timing is always hard trying to do a live stream. So extra videos and stuff like that over on Patreon right now if you want to go check it out. But anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update from Israel right here on the Sea of Galilee on Easter. So we'll see you guys later. Peace.